All right.
Hey, everybody. All right.
Okay.
Now, hold on before we get started.
All right.
Irma, we found out today
Yeah, it's not our fault.
Matt has not been feeling well. He had the
Not our fault.
flu or some craziness Monday and Tuesday. And so today he's just feeling a little better. So we told him, okay, we'll get him the next round. I
Yeah.
told him you'd be very upset. And he said, "Oh well, I'll make my apologies to Irma." So there
Yeah.
you go.
Hey,
So Matt is not with us today.
But everyone, share the show. We got a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah, yeah. We got We're
good.
going to talk quantum leap. We're
Yeah.
going to settle this other thing, Gene. I saw some comment on. Hold on, let me say hello to some people. Phil is here. Tracy, Ginger, Lori Ann, very good. Stella, Larry. All right, always good to see all Larry.
Larry went to the concert. Oh my goodness, I'm jealous.
Yeah, Larry went to a concert and he thought it was great. He went to a Rush concert and he was like all proud, and everything else. He loved it. He walked outside and he said, Rush is the greatest band to some random person on the street. And they said, what's a Rush? What are you talking about?
What's a Rush?
Let's see. Donald's here. Kay Miller's here. All right, we got a good packed house here going on. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ginger said to Matt, take some Modexus and straighten out. Exactly. Why? How are you getting sick? All right, let's not bust Matt's chops. All right, Erin's here. So, Gene, there's comments online. We're posting all this stuff about the Clarity Act and XRP and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see it.
And we have people leaving us comments to the effect of banks and financial institutions are not buying XRP tokens. Now,
okay, all right.
We're talking about Bitwise. We're talking about XRPZ. We're talking about the funds. That's Franklin Templeton's fund, but Morgan Stanley has a fund. What do they think is happening?
Okay, just so you guys know with what it is, and I'm oversimplifying this, but there are retail bankers and there's investment houses that are bankers. Just saying that there's a difference. Like when you go, depending on where a person's bank, I used to bank with Bank of America, right?
Right.
That's a bank. You go there and it's retail investing, and then you deposit your money and they lend your money out and all this stuff. Then there's other investments house. Now I don't know, like when you put your money into Bank of America, I don't know where I don't know if they have to even reveal where they're sticking their money. Do they? I don't even know. But like Bank of America,
well, yeah, they do. They
Okay.
do. I mean, they could put it under topics like in a prospectus, like residential loans or business loans and stuff. It's not like they have to like actually give out the name.
Okay, right. So I mean, listen. If I could just say this, with all this Clarity Act stuff, and then the book that came out, believe me, guys, I've done a ton of research. Like I've done a ton of research on all these things, and then the more you do it and the more you read, you're like, oh, that's how it works. Oh, that's how it works. Guys, we're telling you information here. All right. So.
Well, my research has been losing my ass several times in the market, and then learning how not to lose my ass along the way. So that's been my research. So here's the thing.
All right.
When you have Franklin Templeton or Morgan Stanley or JP Morgan Chase, which is a bank and an investment house,
right,
when they start a fund or an ETF for XRP, whatever they're going to call it, they go in and buy $100 million, $200 million worth of XRP. Then it's held in what's known as a cold wallet. Okay, so it's held in a cold wallet so that it can't be touched or traded or anything else. And you then invest in that fund, but not directly into the coin, where you would then have the responsibility of having it in a wallet or worrying about it disappearing or whatever else. So you're investing in a fund like you're buying stocks. And that is you still get the same volatility, but without the worry that you might, the coins might be stolen or the platform collapses or whatever else. So it's a better way to do it.
We're going to talk about this today as well. And I just want to say, when I first got into politics, I kind of got thrown into it because it was the photography thing, and I got involved with Trump, and then I had to learn how I didn't really care, to be honest. I had to learn how the government worked. Even Eric Trump said, he goes, man, first time we went to Iowa. He goes, what in the world is this? What in the world's a caucus? What are we doing here? Everyone had to learn, right? So I learned that. But just so you know, halfway in between then, I heard all this stuff that like the Federal Reserve is bad. The Federal Reserve is evil. It's run by Jews. It's the Rothschilds and all this stuff. I learned what the Federal Reserve is, and it's like, oh, wow, no wonder why they all want to talk bad, because it's propaganda, because that is one of the reasons what makes America great is the United States Federal Reserve.
Yeah. Yeah. See, when you have a stable government and you have the great wealth of this country, and then on top of that, you have an independent central bank that works, that has two mandates from Congress as far as pricing and as far as inflation and employment, frankly, then people gain great confidence in that. And that is the reason why every nation on earth buys our dollar. It's our greatest product. So just think about these things when you see these comments online. And this information isn't hard to find.
Right.
I take that back. It is kind of hard to find because right now the zone is flooded with a lot of bad information. But if you go to the actual real websites, you'll find it.
Yeah, and I say that because I can see how this can be pushed forward, and I was one of them. I was like, Dave know this. Early on, we used to talk about this all the time, that, oh my goodness, the Fed is bad. And Dave was like, okay, well, how are we going to do this? Like put sanctions on people? Oh my goodness. I hate it that it's wonky.
Well, I think what it is Facebook is going through a thing right now where they are, and X is doing it as well, where they're removing, it's another purge of the bots.
Okay.
So if it's a little free, they got some coding problems going on. So that's why we're also on YouTube, and YouTube should be rock solid.
Okay. All right.
Should be rock solid. Yeah, please share the show. And thank you, Irma, for the heads up. Yes.
Yeah, we had problems with Facebook the other day.
And Joyce.
And it was not a problem with our content, which is, I want to say that there.
Right.
Right.
Matt is not here today. He is not feeling well. No, Facebook was having a problem with us because they felt that Gene's hair, he had like a little loose,
This is very
frizzled ends on his hair, and he wasn't taking care of those. So they were like, look, we got to take these guys, got to take them off. No. All right. So we're ready to get into stuff. Bank of Cosa Nostra. Ginger, that's a very forward thing to say. I don't even think you know what Cosa Nostra means. All right.
All right. Here we go. Ready? Right.
Yeah.
All right. First up on the dispatch. It feels good to get back into this. The secret weapon hiding inside U.S. nukes and IBM's, now Google's, quantum computers.
Yeah, right. Google has a quantum computer now.
Okay. Dave, we did a video on this. We talked about this, but who knew? Vanadium permandor.
Right.
That's what it is.
Otherwise known more popularly on social media as what?
Covfefe.
Right. Right.
Okay.
So this is what is utilized in nuclear weapons. I mean, who would have even thought about it? And when Trump first pushed it forward and the importance of it, people were talking about, oh, it's going to protect us from 5G and all of that. No, that was people just making guesses and then creating a buzz.
We've also been talking about this because of the 5G conference, where they basically, I believe it was a 5G, yes, the 5G conference where Trump said, hey, we're going to put a priority on these critical metals, because during this time, China has been buying up a lot of it, and some of them are naturally made or what's that word? Mined in China.
Right.
And
right.
So this has been a big battle, but who knew? Trump did it. He basically arranged for a lot of this. And not only that, when it comes to vanadium, China was trying to work with, because they have vanadium there, but the one place where a lot of it comes in South Africa, Trump made the deal, or local businesses made the deal to get it mined to make it here, and it's in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And just to show you something else, we do have this available.
Yes. Oh,
which is,
I just want to say, with this
going like hotcakes.
Right. This shirt, by the way, so you guys know, has been on our website since like day one. I'm not mean day one, but since we had the website, we've been selling this shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We like, when everyone was saying Covfefe, this shirt was like, this is the element, this is the element, this is the element, this is the element.
Right. Now, Gene, what were you showing me earlier about how like Russian and Chinese propaganda are trying to psyop the American people against having, good things like the, go ahead, you know what I'm talking about, the drilling and the minerals and the.
Yeah. Okay. So when it comes to all of this, you have to remember that these psyops happen in many forms. Okay. And I'll just give you an example. And this is one example. Semiconductors, right? We at the United States were the home of IBM and all.
Okay. So when the Democrats are in control of the House and the Democrats are in control of Congress, the Republicans bitch and moan that, oh, we can't get anything done because the Democrats are in control of Congress, of the Senate and the House. Okay, so now the Republicans are in control of the Senate and the Republicans are in control of the House, and the Republicans are still bitching and moaning that we can't get anything done because the Democrats, they're holding it up. The Democrats are holding it up. I don't understand that. Meanwhile, I come to find out that Europe already has their version of a Clarity Act called MICA. And the only thing that Europe missed is they're not clamping down on the meme coins.
Okay.
In other words, they're treating the meme coins almost equally with stable coins.
Right. Okay. See, that's the whole thing with this. And guys, I am telling you, I've listened to Tim Scott, who used to be my senator, and he's the chair of the banking committee, the Senate banking committee. He knows what he's talking about with this. But when it comes to all of this, if we don't get the Clarity Act, you know where the industry will go? They will still function. They will still be here, but they're going to be based in another country. We're going to lose another whole industry.
Right.
Okay. One more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a good one. We already talked about it. United States has made a remarkable thing with energy. They have these portable nuclear. We talked about this before. All right. Right now, the military has it. Soon, the AI data centers will have it first, and then eventually go to the general populace, because independent American companies will make them.
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine what the next wave is? Propaganda is like, oh, you don't want a nuclear center right next to you, a nuclear center.
It's like sitting inside a microwave.
Right, right. So then if they pressure them too much, they're going to be like, listen, we can't afford to do this anymore. You guys going to harass us every day with this? People are going to come and protest because there's a nuclear center? Okay. And then we lose it.
And the thing is, okay, the oil companies do not want these AI data centers and, frankly, anybody else utilizing nuclear power. Now, they were perfectly fine when it was a couple of nuclear power plants scattered around the country and so on. But with these AI data centers, they're going to require real power. And if they start utilizing these small nuclear reactors to power the data centers, and then also the extra energy that these things produce will be funneled to the general population, lowering utility costs. These oil companies are going to be ticked off because that's cutting directly into their profits. Right. So, and we know, and we also know that oil is very clean. Not oil, but nuclear power is very clean and sustainable. So that'll go to all of the environmentalists as well.
So you have that too, where companies will do propaganda because they're protecting their own interests.
Right.
Really.
Right. They'll start lobbying against it and so on.
Right.
But the thing is, it's hard to. They're going to be hard pressed to stop it because these small nuclear reactors will work behind. You're going to hear this phrase a lot coming up. It's called behind the grid energy.
Right. Okay.
All right. So if it's forward in front of the grid or forward grid, that means that the power has to first go through a town or city's or county's electrical grid before it reaches the data center. All right. And that's going to put tremendous stress on that grid. And the local power company is going to have to do massive upgrades and whatnot. And power companies hate to do any kind of upgrade. So when you have these small nuclear reactors working behind the grid, that's a whole different story because there's no stress or strain. And like we just said, that extra power goes into the power company, cutting down your utility bills.
Yes.
So in a lot of areas, people that were paying $400 or $500 a month in their utility bill are now paying $40 or $50 a month.
Right. Okay. As a reminder, when we talked about this, hold on.
One more thing, Gene.
Yeah.
Also, everyone's concerned about the water supply with the AI data centers. And I was watching my favorite Italian girl, Maria Bartiromo, this morning, and she had a special segment on there about how, it might have been Stuvani, but she had a special segment on there about what we talked about just a few days ago, that the AI data centers are starting to use enclosed cooling systems, right?
Which is what you talked about.
Right, like they do on a desktop computer where the water just stays within the system, and they barely use any water from the outside. So it's pretty amazing.
Okay, guys, just wanted to remind you guys that when it comes to all of this, notice the timing of this. When the President of the United States says Q is for quantum, it was shortly after this point that much of the information technology-wise was brought out, quite frankly, from Dave Blades because of his other company. But America is on the cusp of greatness with all these technologies coming forward.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let me, Melinda brings out a good point. I saw Florida stop data centers. They're doing moratoriums. They're not actually signing anything that stopped them from being built. They're doing moratoriums because the politicians are trying to protect themselves. They're trying to do the old, well, let's just put a stop to it until we can find out. We'll do environmental studies and so forth and so on. I don't think Florida's done an environmental study in the last 75 years. Now, all of a sudden, they need environmental studies.
All right.
It really is. a bizarre situation, and really should make you question Governor DeSantis, and if that's the case.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Strange.
on the crypto note for this, one of the things I wanted to bring out with this is we are watching it carefully. Now, latest I saw that Thune is going to have what do we call it?
Cloture vote.
Cloture vote, which is the vote before the vote. But it's supposedly, he said before the recess, which they recess on Friday, I believe. So
Hold on a second. Hold on, Gene. Irma, we just covered this. Maybe you haven't heard it yet, but the data centers are switching over to enclosed cooling systems, so they're not going to be using water, and they're going to be utilizing small nuclear reactors, so they're not going to be using the power grids.
Yeah, right. All right. Now with all this stuff, I wanted to, let me see, man.
Yeah, the 5,300 data centers in the United States. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
That's right. Larry's up on stuff. I hope they build one right up the road for me.
Well, the thing is, it's like the negativity. Okay. You realize that there is actual money being funneled in from foreign countries which is not good. I mean, to propagandize all of this stuff.
Right.
And again, if we in America have an anti-AI everything, as I mentioned before, it's not just about the chatbots. It has to do with military and it has to do with medical at the same time.
That's right.
Yes, it's good. All right. Dave, because of my video today, but I wanted to bring this out because we're talking very much about all these coins and everything.
Right.
I wanted to play the clip of what Senator Tim Scott said, the whole clip here, or at least most of it. Here we go.
Yeah.
To back every single penny that you find in stablecoins. Really good news for America's dollar remaining the reserve currency of the world. And if you look into the future beyond that, single mothers like the one that raised me, people working paycheck to paycheck, democratization through digital assets will bring down the cost of transactions and speed up the time of delivery, so the banks and or anyone else is not holding your money and earning interest. You'll be able to earn that interest yourself. This is good news.
Right.
Seriously, when I see that, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like,
Brad, we love you. Always thank you for the comments.
Yeah, thank you, Brad. Okay.
All right. So the thing I like about Tim Scott is that he's one of the few senators and congressmen that knows how to tie a tie knot properly and have the little dimple below the knot. And look at his tie. If you play that video one more time.
To back every single penny.
Wow, look at that.
That's a class act. See, that's a class act. Most of these other guys learn to tie a tie in the 3rd grade, 3 times around, and then they pull it up and push it. That's probably how you do it. But
I don't wear a tie. I didn't wear a tie with the President of the United States, Dave. Seriously.
Oh my goodness gracious. What am I going to do with you?
All right. So here's my point with this. Okay. When I brought this out and when I played the clip of Donald Trump on the other video with Donald Trump saying, I'm paraphrasing, that the Federal Reserve was the envy of the world and the Federal Reserve was wonderful and everything else. They don't, the scammers or other people, the old man not. The other people that are selling QFS or dinar, they got nowhere to go because it's actually Donald Trump saying it, and there's actually the leader of this Clarity Act saying it. So you know how they have to like spin it? They spin it like, oh my goodness, Gene, you're so naive. Trump is secretly doing it behind the scenes, secretly doing everything. Okay.
Right. Now, Esther has a good comment here. Why don't they tell the people what the data centers are going to do as far as water and energy? Esther, they are. I mean, that's why I relayed that story about what I watched on TV this morning. They're talking about the small nuclear reactors, and the news is finally now talking about the enclosed cooling systems, which is fantastic. And you're going to find that all of these data centers are going to start switching over. Number one, because it's going to cost them a whole lot less to operate
in the long run. In the long run.
Well, not only in the long run, the short run too. Okay. They'll have to lay out. That's true. They'll lay out for the initial conversion, but once the conversion happens, they're not going to be paying a water bill.
Yeah. All right. Here's the thing, though. I see a lot. I see this all the time. A lot of anti-AI stuff, and the guys, I'm telling you, because we actually know. We know of people that actually said, "Oh, why get talking points in the morning?" But once you see this, you can't unsee this. And then you see these so-called MAGA influencers talking about water and this is like, oh my goodness. Well, yeah. Why don't you parrot it any more than that? And the other thing is, all these things are the position of Donald Trump. Clarity Act, position of Donald Trump. Federal Reserve being good, the position of Donald Trump, all of it. But yet they're like, we're MAGA because whatever. All right.
I know I got to tell you, like we were saying yesterday, Gene, the psyops that have been perpetrated on the American people, specifically Trump supporters, is unbelievable.
Well, it was clever, Dave, because originally it was, hey, fake news. And they're like, oh, we see it. How media manipulates the news, mainstream media. And then so we're like caught off guard. We're like, here's the true news because this guy's a Trump supporter. So they must be telling the truth. And they just slip right in.
That's right. Okay. That's right. They're called infiltrators. All right. So Brad here's a great comment here. We have lots of nuclear power plants at lakes here in Illinois. Will they be firing them back up? Most of them shut down and running very little. Yes. As a matter of fact, the company that is leading the way on this is your favorite company in the world, Microsoft. They are leading the way. As a matter of fact, they're dumping hundreds of millions of dollars into 3 Mile Island right now. And Brad, Microsoft right now is looking at those nuclear power plants in Illinois because they went from Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Texas. In Texas, they're working with Chevron on data centers with utilizing natural gas. So they've got all of these things happening. Google keeps a lot of their cards closer to the vest. That's why we're just finding out that they have a quantum computer. So that's going to be fun.
Okay. Hey, Brad, just so you know when it comes to this, because I remember it because I grew up watching that 3 Mile Island thing and the dangers that could come from it because
he tried to get close to it. Look at him.
Because of the overheating. Okay.
He used to be a heavy set black woman. And this is what happened after he went to 3 Mile Island.
So through all this research, especially the new mini ones, they have figured out how to contain the heat in it so it doesn't melt over and everything, and then it becomes safe. But you have to remember this has been a long time. I remember in high school when we were talking about this, and everyone was afraid of nuclear because of those exact problems. But innovation, they figured out a way to do it. Oh, this is a great.
Now,
question.
Melinda, this is a good one. Will the public buy quantum computers? No. But what is going to happen, and NVIDIA is already pushing this level of compute power to the public. They just put out a brand new processor that's only available, I think, on the Microsoft Surface Ultra and some Lenovo laptops. And really, I think that's it. The select Lenovo laptops and the Microsoft laptop. And it is infinitely more powerful than anything that Intel or AMD or Qualcomm has on the market right now. And the basis for this is the supercomputers and the quantum computers will always operate, for the public anyway, in the cloud. But in doing that, if you have one of these advanced laptops, your laptop will be able to communicate with that quantum computer at such a level that the benefits of the quantum computing will be available to you on your laptop.
Right. And correct me if I'm wrong, it's just the same as with 6G. It's going to be corrections with the towers, but also with satellite, low orbit satellites that will work together.
Right. And that's all part of quantum teleportation. That's all involved in there. And bringing that level of compute power to you sitting in your home, that's all part of that quantum teleportation. Now, Brad asks, will our public servants be monitored by quantum computers? Look, Brad, you got to lay off the crush you have on the female deputy sheriff, that you're just trying to get surveillance on her. You got to stop.
Dave,
you got to stop.
Brad's been very inquisitive this week. All right, Dave, I got to do, you want to take that down? I got to do a commercial here.
Yes.
Ready? All right, here we go.
Everyone is talking about AI. Nobody is explaining it to you. Ageless Tech changes that. Plain English, no jargon. What AI really is, how to use it at work, at home, and in your business, and how to stay private and safe. 7 chapters, 1 evening, and you are not on the outside anymore. Ageless Tech, only at georgemagazine.com.
You know, I don't like that little snicker at the end.
Where'd she go?
She goes like, only at george.com. What is with that? We got to get rid of that again. All right, now hold on a second. Tamara says, well, phones
I'm going to say no.
Automatically switch to 6G because mine hasn't switched yet, but I see some people have. No one at this moment has 6G.
Yeah,
that is not in the public domain yet. So anyone that's saying they have 6G or claiming their phone can handle 6G, they're all a bunch of liars.
No, what do we 28 it rolls out, 28 about 2028.
Yeah, 2028. That's what they're shooting for. That's what they're shooting for. Now look how long we had 3G, right?
Yeah.
With the little flip phones, and that went away. Then there are still plenty of phones operating on 4G.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And a matter of fact, 4G is what's used a lot of time when you buy a laptop, like a business laptop that has a SIM card slot. So you'd get a data only SIM and you put it in, that's 4G. So now they're starting to move to 5G, but it'll be a while. It'll be a while. And Brad says the corruption is awful. Yeah. Well, I in all honesty, and we're not going to turn into the Minority Report, but I'm just saying that with the advent of quantum computing and the way it's going to be handled online and everything else, it is going to be very hard for public servants to be corrupt, because it's going to crack down so hard on criminal activity. There's going to be no breathing room. You know, all of these little side things, it'll be almost nearly impossible for them to hide.
Okay. Dave, let's move on to this one, because I didn't know about how bad it was there.
Here's another thing. Right.
Okay.
So for everybody that thought that this was the direct energy weapons, there he is. There's the direct energy weapon.
Right. He's basically someone started a fire.
That's the fire in Washington, Spokane, Washington. That's been burning out of control. And it's started by that guy.
I didn't know how bad it was, and for anyone who's living there, watch this video here.
are racing to contain 3 wildfires tearing through Spokane County. Hundreds of structures have been destroyed. Tens of thousands of people have had to flee their homes since Saturday. Look at all this damage. The fires have consumed more than 8,000 acres and 0% contained. Lee Waldman brings us the latest.
It was very devastating to sit there and watch it, and then it just kept moving so fastly as soon as those 2 fires kind of combined on my property.
It's a waking nightmare.
I don't think I'm going to rebuild here because I don't ever want to have to relive a fire coming up this hill again.
3 major wildfires are spreading across the Spokane, Washington area. Homes and buildings left in ruins, thousands of acres already consumed.
This is likely, the worst natural disaster in Spokane's history.
And so, of course, you have every a-hole on X, right, running around going, oh, it's the Jewish satellites. They're firing down the direct energy weapons and all of this. No, it was put the guy's picture back up there. Here he is. There's your direct energy weapon. That guy. And for what? I mean, what was he, careless with a cigarette?
I don't know. Listen, and by the way, I just want innocent until proven guilty. I just got to say that. But yeah, that's the guy they caught.
Yeah. Listen. I watch all of these fireman shows, like Fire Country, very good show. And all, even on TV, they have consultants that go through how they catch these arsonists. I mean, it's not, if they got the guy, that's the guy.
Oh, how do they do that?
You want to say innocent until proven guilty?
Because the California fire, they caught that guy too. Remember?
Yeah.
How did they do it?
I'm telling these fire departments that are really advanced have all sorts of investigative ways, and they got cameras around hidden. I'm telling you. It's an unbelievable investigation, and they find them.
You could do it this way. I mean, I'm sure
it's like when they go into a house that's been burnt down, right? Burnt to the ground. Everything is burnt.
I know,
and they walk in and they go, "Well, the fire started over here."
Well,
really?
Here's one way, and this is going back to. I'm not saying it was Palantir in this way, but they go to the satellite, find out where it was that it first started, right? And so they have the starting point, and then it's just like zoning in on everyone's stuff. I think the other guy, the one in Los Angeles, shut down his phone at a certain area and turned it back on, which is like, newsflash, number one, who shut off their phone because they're running over to this place.
Right. Right. So just be aware of that. Oh, one more thing. Brad hasn't. We like Brad today. Our civil laws, statutes, codes need amended and sorted through or end up in a police state. Well, I'll tell you, law enforcement, meaning the FBI mainly, and larger investigative units from various police departments, had the Senate committee, as a matter of fact, that's Tim Scott's committee, add 300 additional pages to the Clarity Act to beef up law enforcement on criminal activity using cryptocurrencies.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so they're really, this is a clampdown on the scams. They're trying to prevent these, and it's not, look, it's got nobody cares if you have cryptocurrency. Nobody cares that you want to buy something with a coin or whatever. Here's what they're investigating. They're investigating the scams that are operating from bot and phone banks in Thailand, Shanghai, in other areas of Indonesia, Vietnam, and so on, where they're literally every day scamming Americans, because that's where the money is, scamming Americans out of all of their money and utilizing cryptocurrency to do it. So this has to be done. You can't, our older people and citizens that are unaware cannot constantly fall victim to this. There has to be protections.
Okay. All right. Dave, there's a lot I want to still talk about. I want to talk about Trump. I definitely want to talk about the mess, but we do have to do our devotional
Yeah.
with this. Okay. Guys, reminder with this. This is today's devotional. If you should, everyone here should get the dispatch. But we always lead with it as the first story. I just want to go show you, if you never miss one, you can always go here. Go to George Magazine, where it says topics up there in red. Just look for Daily Dispatch updates. See the other reports we do there. But go to the Daily Devotional.
Amen.
Okay,
Hold on, before you play the devotion, I want to show you a series. Yeah, I want to show you something. So Brad writes, we have so many crimes against kids getting reported towards our local law enforcement community. Okay. And then you have Tamara says, Brad Porter, the sergeant of the state police in Tinley Park, just got arrested for sexual assault. Jessica Page, yes, my local police department has had 5 officers arrested over children.
Wow.
This is good.
Okay.
It's not good that it's happening, but it's good that you see, this is look, when real evidence is called in and you have a community that's standing against child sex trafficking or these child abuse or whatever, things happen. The perpetrators are arrested and dealt with.
Okay, and if I can add with this, and guys, I never said like that there aren't aspects of our structure that is very corrupt. You could see that. However, because you have, I'm going to say Donald Trump, and he put a good man in office with the FBI. Every time this crosses over a state line, they put someone in or they travel, it becomes under the FBI's jurisdiction. Not to say that they're evil or bad, not the state's jurisdiction.
Right.
So once they cross lines or like whatever, phone call or however they do it, FBI's involved. And just look at Kash Patel's record on this.
Right.
Which I didn't even hear about this. Those, what you just said, Dave, didn't know about it. So where are all the people, the MAGA influencers saying, look at this is happening. This is good. It's happening.
Right.
Not good, but you know what I'm saying. All right.
Now, meanwhile, Brad then says, taking out secret societies. That's true. A lot of these perps are members of secret societies. Now, Brad, we think you're a member of Omega Gamma Delta in high school, but we're not sure. We're not sure. Gene just threw that out there earlier. I think Brad's a member of Omega Gamma. He's always got the black and gold shirt on. So no, but that's true. Is a lot of these secret societies then get busted up because they have their brothers covering for them, and they get arrested as well for aiding and abetting.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this devotional. And thank you. Let's see. Oh, perfect timing. Good. Here we go. I'm sure you had the same experience that I did. You go into the doctor's office and they hand you a clipboard and you fill out all your information, but that's not enough. They also want to know all your allergies, your insurance, all this information takes forever. A lot of hoops to go through. You give it to the person there, and what happens? Go to the doctor's office and the doctor says, hey, I'm prescribing you amoxicillin. You're not allergic to it, are you? And it's that simple. But think about that when it comes to our faith, because we were given a very simple mandate. Believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. But it makes you complete. But what do other people do? The scripture today is from Colossians chapter 2, verse 10. And it reads there, and ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power. How much more simple can you get? You believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. You believe in what he said, and this is given to us, this everlasting life. However, what do other people want to insert into that? The other scripture for today is right before that, Colossians chapter 2, verse 8 and 9. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophies and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of this world, and not after Christ. For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily. So basically, it's like people want to insert themselves into your faith, add things that should not even be there because it's really that simple. Anyway, think about this, read the Bible and see what the Bible says for you, and then listen to that.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the Philippian jailer after the earthquake, and all the cell doors of the prison were sprung open. The jailer was about to kill himself, fall on his sword.
Because he would be responsible.
Right. And Paul yelled out, "No, no, 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 no! We're all here. We're all here." And then the jailer says, "What must I do to be saved?" And Paul just said, "Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved, and thy house." It's a very important part of that, because a lot of times when a person is saved and comes to believe the Lord Jesus Christ, a work then is done on the other family members. So something to keep in mind.
Oh my goodness, Dave!
Over that part of the verse.
If you don't, that is one. If you do not make that devotional, I'm making that devotional on that. Unless you want, just stuck in the devotion. That's great. I did not see that's wonderful. I never knew that. All right. Maybe it'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, the Lord looked. I mean, the Lord's, because everything in heaven is a family. It's God's family. It's the heavenly. It's our heavenly home. It's our heavenly family. So, but the thing is, these are the people that God gave us on earth. So it's like there's great effort to bring everybody in.
Okay. All right. Powerful stuff today. Okay. Let's have some fun here. I left plenty of time because I want to talk about two things. Dave, Trump returns to California as Newsom feuds escalate. All right. Dave.
Well, this is the best, because Newsom has taken the posture of trying to be the younger version of Trump on the Democrat side.
Right. Okay. So this is gonna get good. Okay, watch how Trump talks about Newsom. That's what he calls. Here we go.
That's how crazy it's gotten with a low IQ person. You know, because Gavin Newsom has admitted that he has learning disabilities. Honestly, I'm all for people with learning disabilities, but not for my president. I think a president should not have learning disabilities, okay? And I know it's highly controversial to say such a horrible thing. The president of the United States, Gavin Newsom, admitted that he has learning disabilities, dyslexia, everything about him is dumb.
Okay, and there's Dan over in the corner like this.
Hey, did you see his tie?
Scavino's over there going, "Oh no." And then he looks at Susie going, "All right, it's going to take a couple of weeks, but we can clean this up."
Do you not love this? Dave, this one, going back, this is my favorite video of all time with Trump.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
All right, we want to say hi to Starfire. We always like seeing Starfire here.
All right. Anyway, that's Donald Trump for you, right there.
And you see how everyone says, "Oh, the president's getting old and he's losing his mind," and all the decline of Trump. He never misses an opportunity to say "new scum," right? He never misses that. Never misses a beat. Now he's talking about him having learning disabilities. And I have nothing against people with learning. Some of my best friends have learning disabilities.
I love the best one. My favorite, the other favorite one was the poorly educated.
Yeah, poorly educated.
All right.
Let's see how many terms the president can come up with that dance around what he really wants to say.
All right. Guys, before we go into the last one, because this is the topic I want to talk about, I got a really quick commercial here for George Jr. Here we go.
Curious kids grow into remarkable people. Meet George Jr. Real stories, history, and faith made just for young readers. Every issue, past and present, an interactive reader, ready on any screen. Unlock over 37 issues for just $2.95 a month. George Jr. Digital. Start reading at georgejrmagazine.com.
All right, so Phil writes here. Dave, have you watched Gene on TikTok Live? You know, Phil. I was letting Gene, have his run. He does well on, he has a good time on TikTok with the crowd over there, and he has a lot of fun. He used to have a little too much fun, and we had to
giving me away. Dave,
we had to temper that down. So now, Phil, maybe I'm going to have to drop in.
Dave, you just ruined it for me, because every time Dave's like, "How did your TikTok Live go?" Sir, I did very well. I talked a lot about.
Yeah, this is what he tells me. Oh no, I was talking about this in the America 250 book, and I was showing him pictures. No, it went great. Phil, if he's on there, and Tracy, Phil and Tracy, if Gene goes on there and he starts talking about his hair and the shampoo,
Tracy will not sell me out. Tracy will not sell me out.
Please rat him out. It's not nobody's gonna hurt him. Dominic Annunzio won't make a visit. He'll be all right. Just let me know so I can have a nice, quiet talk with him.
Yeah, nice, quiet talk, right? Okay. This we have to have a sit down. We have a sit down. All right.
Come on in. It's fine. Come on. Oh, don't mind those two guys standing by the door. Don't worry about that.
All right. Let's finish up the show this way. I need this for my therapy here. Okay. Mets call up a pitcher known for his over-the-top strikeout celebrations. Dave Blaze, did you see this guy yet? No?
Yeah, I actually have. I think he's great. Now look at Tracy, right? She had this one loaded. She had this one loaded in the chamber waiting for it. Thanks, Dave, for sending 2 Mets players to the Cubs. Ha ha. I guess that's a payback for my Cubs hat on my first show. See, she had that one locked and loaded. She was just waiting for the Mets story.
I'm defending her. She has never ratted me out.
No, actually, she boasts about you. No, he's doing very good. She's doing very good. Just wait. Just wait. I'm going to send Pumpkin in there.
He's doing very well. It's like,
yeah.
All right. Okay. Are you done reading comments? I got to do a show here. I want to do the message.
Yeah. Right. Well, the people. I love these people. They leave great comments. Cheers, Jessica. Jessica, this is the best one.
Jessica will not sell. She's another one. She will not sell me out. I see her on TikTok Live all the time.
Wait a minute. Why do you keep saying so-and-so will not sell me out? So-and-so will not rat me out. What are you doing that they could sell you or rat you out?
It's nothing. The impression I give to you maybe is like, yes, sir. Today on TikTok Live, we
the impression you give to me is that you're conducting yourself like an adult, which I greatly doubt is happening right now. No, we have a good time. Ian and I have a good time.
All right. God, Dave, we watch this.
There you go. Blackmail money.
Tracy's suddenly going to get a PayPal. Now that we're sending to a PayPal.
Yeah, hold on a second. We woke up Ginger. Ginger said, Pumpkin ate my sardines. I'm pissed. Hey, he does. He likes sardines. They can't be like the regular sardines. They have to be. I'm going to tell you something. This is how spoiled rotten I made this little boy. He won't eat like regular Star-Kissed sardines or anything like that. They have to be Wild Planet, no salt added. They're cooked in the can, right? So Wild Planet cooks them in the can. So all the omega-3s and 6s and 9s, they're all in that juice. It's the only sardines that Pump can eat. Wild
That's good
Planet
stuff,
sardines. Yeah. Oh, that's good. 12 cans is like $95.
All right, Dave, check out this picture. This is Tracy. Ignore this part. Here we go.
On set, here's his next pitch. Strike three called. Caught the outside corner, and like we were told he was going to do, he jumps up in the air and does the splits nearly. Again, the look to second, the pitch, swing, and a miss with a pitch in the dirt. And there's the jump and the splits by Jan again after his second strikeout in the inning. There they go, pitch. Strike three called. It caught the outside corner.
Hey, listen, that's great. The people at the gang at Citi Field is going to love this guy.
This is what we need.
Yes.
This is what we need.
We need to get people excited about coming to a Mets game. I think the only people at the last Mets game were the hot dog vendors.
Yeah, I know. Well, this is good. He's a Met. Hopefully they'll call him up. All right. Okay. Reminder, guys, check in tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. There's no show on Friday. We'll let you know where I've been and all this stuff. But no show on Friday, but tomorrow's the next show. Oh my goodness. It's starting to scare me.
He says yes.
All right, Dave, anything you want to say before we close the show?
Yeah, tomorrow, Gene, you got that event you're going to, and then so Friday we're not going to be here. So we'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing, and then Monday, Lord willing.
Guys, in about 40 minutes, an hour, I'm doing a video. We'll talk about what real MAGA is. So anyway, look for that in a little bit. Okay.
Well, I think they know what real MAGA is.
Well,
the thing is that, well, here's the thing. You have Margie Green, who's now doing Cameo. Did you see this? She's on Cameo
I
now,
know, right.
singing "Happy Birthday" to kids.
Yeah.
My goodness. So she's doing that. So that she's out there saying that, calling us. Our crowd, me and you and all of our followers, we're new MAGA. They're they call themselves OG MAGA, right? Like they're from the hood in South Chicago.
Really quick, well, we're doing this in real time. Does Facebook penalize you? I know, obviously, excellent. Does Facebook allow you to mention a person by name, or do like if I mention Margie Taylor Greene? Do you know? What's the rule?
What do you mean? Do they allow
like
you?
If I make a video and mention Margie Taylor Greene, will they call that bullying or what?
No. Why would they call it bullying? She's a public figure.
All right. That's all I need to know. All right. Thank you so much,
Are you bullying? Will you be bullying her?
I'm not bullying her. I'm just
calling her. Are you going to call her fat ass? Are you going to call her she's got, are you going to say something derogatory? If you're saying something that's your opinion about her behavior, that's fine.
Okay. All right.
If you make a personal attack, like saying she's got an inexplicably big head, then that's different.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
No. All right. Guys, thank you so much. We'll see you, Lord willing, tomorrow, right? Good.
Yes, tomorrow. And we're going to bring it home tomorrow. So tomorrow will be like a Friday show tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, guys.
That'll be fun.
Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget to go to georgemagazine.com and sign up for the Dispatch. It's free. Get the emails and the news stories. And check us out Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. We'll see you then.